Alrighty, it's time for something a little different. Nothing much different. I mean, I have played this game before, but I wanna talk about some updates and things like that we got going on here in SnowRunner, and a few other bits of news that I have. So first of all, I'm playing alone right now because, everybody avoids the fuck out of me anymore. So, first my IRL friend makes up an excuse as to why he can't go on a trip that I've been planning for months now. Even got a date so he could freaking put it aside so that he could go, and he still makes up an excuse that he can't go. Then everybody else seemed too busy to play with me yesterday, so I'm not even bothering to ask anymore, because I'm getting to a point where I can tell when nobody wants anything to do with me. So also, when you use this truck, you gotta get this trailer. It's just like, it just fits it really well. Also, hello McNugget, how are you? I know you've probably been busy with all kind of shit. Where do I have to take this, by the way? I haven't even bothered to look. Oh, great. That'll be fun. Well, there's a gas station over there, so it won't be that hard. Finals are a pain in the ass, man, I'll tell you. It's one of the reasons I'm glad I'm finally out of school. To a point, I kind of miss school, but at the same time, not really. But yeah, I'm playing SnowRunner by myself today. I mean, I know it says playing with viewers, but one, I have to have people that actually want to play, and two, I have to have people that have the game. And right now I have neither, so why the flip are they having you doing it at a gymnasium, dude? If somebody drops a pencil, you'll hear it for 5 minutes. That crap's the kind of stuff you do in, like, your classroom, or hold on, I'm scratching. Or like in a freaking library, not in a gym. That makes no sense. Also, who says gymnasium anymore? That's a gym. Gymnasium makes it sound way too proper. Like, I'm going to the gymnasium today. Oh. Wait a minute, McNugget. Are you British? Excuse me, I keep forgetting British people don't pronounce the T, so it's not, why the flip, hold on. Why are you in a British school? You don't have to dress up a certain way to go to school, do you? I hear a lot of, like, funny enough, alright, this is the thing that I find funny about Britain and everything. So from what I understand, like, every school in Britain like requires for you to dress, like, have a dress code. Like, we're talking like the dudes have to wear like a suit basically. But here in America, it's like, just wear something that covers up your body, and then it's like screaming at the girls all day. Cause like, I find it funny and aggravating at the same time, talking about like the dress codes and stuff. Cause like in Britain, they do make it a lot more simple. It's like, females have a female uniform for the school, and then dudes have a dude uniform for the school, right? Here in America, it's like, wear whatever you want, and then there's like, oh, but you can't wear this, and that, and most of the time it's for the girls that they do that, because the fact that the girls are come to school dressed like skanks if you'll let them. Let my ass dress up like a greaser. Come on. Freaking Outsiders type stuff. And I'll tell you, I cannot stand the idea of a school uniform. I am not a school uniform type of person. That is not my thing at all. But yeah, I'm playing SnowRunner alone because everybody's been avoiding me lately, so. Dang. I had somebody accuse me yesterday when I asked if they were, doing anything. They go, no, I'm playing SnowRunner with a friend, and basically I could tell they were brushing me off and telling me to fuck off. And they go, oh, I'm playing with a friend on SnowRunner, and it's extremely modded, and they know I don't like playing with mods. And I'm like, okay, well, I was, and I emphasize the was, I was going to ask you to play, but never mind, y'all have fun, I'll go grind some Britain, basically is what I said. And then he goes, do you just expect me to drop everything and play with you? It's like, no, I asked a fucking question, and you responded, and you made me feel like you didn't want to fucking play with me, so you know what, I went and did something else. But it did hurt my feelings a little bit that I got accused of expecting him to drop everything and play with me only. Like, I know everybody here has... What? How the hell are you supposed to... What? Is like the two letters supposed to be two different numbers? What? I'm confused. I haven't done algebra in forever. algebra made my. I'll tell you now. Algebra made my head hurt. I'll tell you that now. It confused the hell out of me so bad. Like, all right, some parts of it were easy. Like when you had like one letter and you had to solve and figure out what letter or what the letter was. You know, that was the easy algebra. And then they started putting more than one letter in there, and I was like, oh no, you lost me. That was actually around the time that particular algebra was when I started like really getting out of math, because it was more frustrating than it was helpful. And I started shifting more towards being a history person than a math person. And it's like half that shit, you know, you're never going to use it unless you become like a mathematician or something. So why the world they have you try and learn all that stuff, I don't know. Oh, that's PEMDAS. Although, I don't remember them putting an equal sign and all that. That's not easy either. Are you like trying to see if it's correct? I'm not sure if that's what you're doing or what. Like normally with questions like that. So that is PEMDAS parentheses. Oh wait, I think they did have a BIMDAS. I don't remember. Like I said, it's been years since I did algebra. Just tell you how you got what the fuck? Alright, hold on. Alright, so let me see. 4 times 6. God, I'm having to do math again. That should be 24. 4 times 8 is... Fuck. $32 plus 24. You got me. I'm screwed. Unless, hold on. Unless you do... No, according to that, you do parentheses first. Fuck. Let's try this. 8. 14 times 4 is, I don't know, hold on. Let me pull out my handy dandy calculator. Nope, that ain't it either. I don't know. I give up. You done lost me, son. Why the hell are you giving me trick questions? Like I said, I don't remember half that shit. Making my brain hurt. Oh, right, yeah. Ugh. Well, I could have told you just by looking at it you wasn't gonna get 192 out of those numbers. Because neither method would have worked. If I would have known that's what you were doing. But like I said, it's been so daggum long since I've done any math, I might be doing shit wrong here. I can't remember. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I think that's parentheses. I can't remember what the hell the E stands for. And then it's multiplication, division, and then adding and subtracting after that. Why the hell they had a damn... Alright, you're hurting my brain now, damn it. Stop that. You jackass. You're doing it on purpose. I haven't done that shit for excuse me. I really don't care to try and go back and do it again. Oh, God. And it's weird, because you put a picture of a tank in... I am not trying to... No. No, 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 no. No. I refuse. I think I'd rather be left all alone in the stream all by myself than to have to answer these questions. Now you're just trying to hurt me. What did I say? I don't do big math anymore. I haven't done big math in years. It's easy. Yeah, for somebody that's fresh in school. You're talking to a dude that's been out of school for 3 years now. Actually, no, yeah, 3 years. Actually, if we count the time that I basically cut school to go help with my dad who had cancer, it's about 4 years, but still, there ain't no way. I don't care if you did it this year. I'm not answering questions like that, man. Math is not my subject anymore. All right, give me a second. I'll give you a question. What was the battle between the two Civil War ironclads called? Bro. Bro's gonna give me a number. What was the battle of the two Civil War ironclads called? And God help me if you say Clash of Titans, I might hurt you. Ugh. See, most of the time they'll teach you an assload of math that you'll never use, but they won't bother to tell you half the stuff I'm trying to get you to answer, or I'm gonna try and get you to answer. Okay. You looked it up. You cheated. Alright, now this one I want you to try and answer without looking it up. What does D-Day stand for? Oh, well, back to the repair bench. Yeah, you read it on Google. No, that is not even close to being what D-Day stands for. Hey, you remember how you mentioned like the trick questions that they gave you on the test? Continue what? There's really nothing else to continue, bud. I said what I wanted to about being alone and all. Other than the fact that it always makes me, it always amazes me, not makes me, it always amazes me how nobody wants anything to do with me. But when they want something to do with me, I'm supposed to drop what I'm doing and play immediately, or... Oh, the geography questions. Oh. Okay, hold on. What were the names of the two Allied generals that were racing? No, I don't know. No. I'm not answering geography questions either. It's above Britain, there you go. That's about the best you're gonna get out of me is above Britain. I know where Sweden's located. My favorite rock band lives there. So, I mean, or originated from there would be the better term for it. Also, it's not Sweden, it's Sweden. Let me correct myself on that. They don't, they don't actually pronounce... They're basically kind of like Germans, I guess. They pronounce their W's as V's, so it's Sweden. The fatherland of... Oh, wait a minute. Is that a scarecrow? In a boat. There are so many questions on that, but I'm not going to ask them. Whatever. I don't claim to be a genius. God only knows I'm not smart, because if I was, I'd leave the people that treat me like shit behind. No. A with a weird symbol above its head. I don't know. Is he wearing a top hat? Okay, now that one just looks like it's winking at me. No! That one just looks like somebody screaming to the top of their lungs. I'm just watching my suspension work. Not really in the mood for all that right now, McNugget. I do apologize. I'm sorry if I seem like a bit of a downer. This Sunday makes 4 years since I lost my dad. So that's kind of hitting me hard, and I need people to hang out with so I can talk about it, but nobody wants to be around, so. It's like I mentioned earlier, it never fails. You know, nobody's ever there when I need them to be, but when they need me to be, I'm supposed to be Johnny on the spot. Yeah. Why exactly does that matter? I'm trying to find a mission that I have to do. There's a special mission that I'm supposed to do or something. Hold on, I gotta pull up my map runner or whatever. You ever felt oddly alone? And you know, even though you do your best to cry for help, nobody pays attention? Yeah, well, if you don't, let me tell you, it sucks. Sorry if I don't seem like I'm saying much. It's just, well, requirements, burning bridges. Okay, cool. If you've never had anything to really talk about, it's not exactly a good thing. I can't remember which one of these I had first now. That's just lovely. I'll just take that one out and then just get this one ready to go. Nope, gotta go to this one. You ever been like so bored to death, like you don't know what you want to do? I'm like that. I've been like that all day today. And being alone, having nobody to play with because everybody's busy for the last few days, it hasn't helped at all with it either. But, you know, people get busy. And, you know, I understand nobody can just throw everything down and play with me whenever I'm bored or whatever. So, you know, I do the best that I can. But there's one friend, and it's an IRL friend in particular, that did it. And I think he thinks I'm dumb, and he doesn't realize that, you know, I'm catching on to his bullshit. This guy freaking tells me, he goes, oh, well, you know, and I tell him, I'm going, hey, you know, just so you know, I'm planning on trying to do this. You know, this is what I'm going to try and do. He's like, okay, well, you know, just, you know, get me a date so I can figure out, you know, if I can go or not. So what do? I go get him a date that he asked me to get now. I went and did what he asked me to do, and this is where it pisses me off. I go and do what he asked. I find a date. You know, I'm like, okay, we're going to do this on the 20th. I don't know why there's a town called that, honestly. But I go and I get this date, and I'm like, okay, hey, we're going to go do this on the 20th. He's like, okay, I'll see what I can do. I'm like, okay, cool, you know, whatever. So I get my hopes up. I'm like, oh, okay, he's going to actually try and go this time. Well, I was wrong again. He messages me, I don't remember what day it was actually, thinking about it now. I think it was, he messaged me a few days ago. Because, you know, I was asking him if he was in town, yada, yada, yada. He's like, no, you know, I had to stay up here and work because, everybody except like 2 people decided to up and quit or put in their resignation, whatever. And I asked him, I said, so basically, you're not going to be able to go on the trip. And he goes, yeah, basically, he goes, I have bills to pay, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, okay, I get you have bills to pay, but I told you that we were doing this like 2 months in advance. Plenty of time to go, oh, hey, you know, I understand that you need me to, you know, work because nobody else is here, but hey, I already have these plans set up. I'm going to need these days off, or this day off, whatever, however you wanted to do it. But no, he puts everything else in front of, you know, and he hasn't, and this is the first time that this guy's done this either. He's done it to me twice before this. And, you know, the more I think about it, the more I sit and think about it, and the more, you know, I'm realizing that it's his way, like a lot of other people, of basically getting the message across of, hey, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm finding excuses as to why I can't hang out with you because I don't want to hang out with you. Leave me the fuck alone. So, you know, I called him out on it, and it's been a few days. He hasn't said a damn thing back. I don't know if our friendship is good or not. I really don't care, because I'm sick of being thrown to the side like a fucking sack of potatoes instead of a human being that has feelings. Hell, my dad died 4 years ago this Sunday. I'm not asking you to, you know, go on this trip. If you don't want to go on the trip, just fucking tell me. Alright, but don't fucking just bomb me with excuses as to why you can't go after telling me, oh, I'll see if I can go, which is the same thing he's done the other 2 fucking times I've asked. It's either something gets put in front of me, or I'm just not important enough to people, or I'm only useful when I'm useful and convenient, and there's nobody else that is playing with them. It's just a reoccurring cycle of, hey, it's the nice guy, let's treat him like shit, you know? I guess you can say off-road and delivering packages, sure. Ow, I just fixed that. But you know, people I meet online, it doesn't really bother me as much whenever they don't want anything to do with me. Because again, they're online, I've never met them. The only thing I ever do is talk. So if they go, oh, hey, I'm playing with a friend. Like yesterday, Pup, you know, I messaged him, hey, are you busy? He goes, yeah, I'm playing with a friend. We're doing SnowRunner, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I'll go grind Britain, you know. I need to do that anyway. No big deal. But it's the questions that get asked afterwards when I say, oh, well, I was going to ask you if you wanted to play, but since you're busy, I'll go do something else. That hurt. But, like, again, you know, the people online don't hurt me as much as the people that I thought are my real friends in real life. I mean, this guy I've known since my Was I a freshman? I think I might have been a freshman when I met him. Yeah, I was a freshman. He was a senior. And, you know, he was the nicest dude ever. And then, you know, for the most part, you know, he was a cool dude. And then he decided, oh, well, I'm going to go to college in North Carolina. And that was where every fucking thing went downhill. To put it the best way I can, that is when everything went downhill. Because he goes up there, he starts meeting all these highfalutin people, and then all of a sudden, me and his other friend don't fucking matter. So yeah, that feels great. Hello. How are you? That's good. Finally. Oh my god. But they're not testing you anymore. Oh, well. That'll be easy. Code is 653VK. I'll just be glad when everybody's out of school, although I don't know why, because my luck, even though everybody's out of school, they'll always be too busy to hang out and come and talk or anything, so. Because normally, well, most of the time, like, when people get out of school, they go on vacations and stuff like that, so, you know, I'm fucked during school season because nobody can ever play until way in the afternoon, and I'm fucked during the summer because it's the same thing, except they're not in school, they're on vacation. So I'm fucked if I'm damned if I don't, damned if I do, you know. But hey, according to, and that was actually something I meant to mention, this for the stream and Pup to hear, the new update for SnowRunner is supposed to come out sometime in June, according to the devs. Uh, 653VK. I don't know, German VK. That's immediately what popped in my head when I read it. I thought it was the 18th. Ah. Why the hell would they kick you? That is so fucking stupid. The fact that they're kicking you out on a Wednesday, that's crazy. To answer your question, McNugget, my older brother, not oldest, older brother is completely disabled. He functions at a 5-month-old level as far as his brain waves and everything. So I have to change him. I have to feed him. I have to, you know, everything. And yes, that means when he takes a shit, I have to change that too, so you can imagine how uncomfortable that is. But when you've had to do it for his entire life, or your entire life, in my case, you kind of get used to it, I guess. I heard somebody maniacally laugh in the background. Also, did you say the first was on Tuesday? I was about to say, sir, the first this year is on the Monday. Stop laughing maniacally, Grandma. Oh. I wonder what we're... I'm doing the Burning Bridges mission, which should open up the thing, which would be a blessing. Commercial old airliner, C-47. Those converted airliners look the freaking best, dude. DC-3, hold on, I gotta go figure out what the hell that is. Hold on. I'm curious. Oh yeah, basically the C-47. First flown in 1935, was a propeller-driven airliner that revolutionized yada yada yada. Holy cow, this thing had a 207 mile an hour cruising speed. That's not bad. Hold on. They're literally the same thing. Douglas C-47 Skytrain. C-47 was a mainstay of World War II, used by all Allied service. Modifications to the DC-3 included a strengthened floor, a cargo door, and powerful engines for high altitude performance. So it's a damn good looking plane, though. I'll tell you another one that I like that I don't know if it was actually an airliner or not, but I call it an airliner. The Ju-52. They did have airliner variants of it. And funny enough, I can technically say the HE-111 because it was designated as an airliner before to hide that it was actually a bomber. The Ju-52 is the 3-engined thing, yes. I love that thing. I don't know why, but I love. I'm sorry, but like, is it bad that I'm sitting here right now trying to go, how would they make a HE-111 an airliner? But when I think about it, the more I think about it, that forward area could be like the crew compartment, and then that rear area could be for passengers and stuff, but I don't know. Also, do you have crane by chance? We're going to need crane. I actually can mount a crane, never mind. I'll mount a crane. I'm gonna go get a trailer because we gotta go get 3 concrete slabs. So I gotta go get a trailer. Funny enough, I'm driving right next to the spot where I have to go, so that'll work out really well. It's sad to me that they did stop production of it after Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have. Like, it would have made a really decent airliner for Britain. Or not Britain, Germany. True, but like looking at the HE-111 though, like I feel like it would have been a lot better of an airliner. And then there's one I'm forgetting. Also, FW-200. It was also designated as an airliner. Actually, I think it was an airliner and they converted it to a bomber. Was und das? I don't know what the hell I just said. What the hell is that? No, the fuck it's not. What is that front end? No, give me my open cockpit. I like it better. Also, I can only imagine how mad you or everyone else is gonna be, but I have to go here in a second. But I'm gonna leave this open, so if you can do a few missions while I'm not here, that would be great. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Take the front end off the bomber version, put it on the airliner version, and I'd be happy. It looks like it looks like they actually made the wings on the bomber. Yeah, everything on the bomber, engine and wing and everything is extended forward slightly too. Oh boy. I kind of feel bad for one guy that's been coming to the streams, because every time he shows up, I'm AFK. So he's like, why is it every time I join, you're AFK? It's like just bad luck on your part, I guess. I don't know. In the what? What do you mean? What do you mean? I know it's like the King of the Hill, but I can't remember what fucking character that is. Oh, you mean the charcoal one? Yeah, that one. I can't stand his ass. What American is gonna choose propane over charcoal? Grab. Well, that makes sense, but like if she actually prefers propane over charcoal, something's wrong. Somebody needs to take that woman to a hospital. Charcoal is good. You too, McNugget. Where's my Happy Meal? They're in the other map. I got a crane and all. I don't know. If you want to bring a crane, that's fine, because I don't know if this one's going to work very well or not. Yeah, those ones are better. Yeah. I mean, I got a crane, but, like, I don't know how well it's gonna lift these slabs up. Aggressively, yes. Make sure to abuse it while you're at it. Actually, funny enough, hold on. Where am I? Wow, shit. I gotta go back around when I get done getting this trailer. Shit. Shit, and 32's 8. Hopefully no longer than about 30-ish minutes. It depends on how long. I could probably call and get them to have the stuff ready for me. Yeah. They're in the institute is where we gotta go. And then we gotta take them to the airport. Yeah. Just any kind of crane, really. It's like a... I just gotta hope... Do concrete slabs take up 1 slot or 2? Fuck. That means I gotta get the 6-piece. Damn it. I'm trying to put my boots on and everything, so I'm just sitting here idling. Ugh. You know what's funny? Like, I don't think a lot of people realize that JFK actually was a PT boat commander in World War II. I found that out, and that was the coolest damn shit. I like Roosevelt, Teddy, and World War II Roosevelt as well. Franklin, I think his name was Franklin D. Roosevelt. I don't know. I like Franklin in GTA. He's probably the most smart out of the 3 of them, honestly. I mean, when you think about it, all right, think about it for a moment. Like, if you really, really look back, Franklin was in that bad group of people with Lamar and all that shit, and he wanted out. So when he saw an opening, he took it. And even though, even though him and Michael, yeah, but like, even though, yeah, you know, he ended up doing a lot of shit with Franklin and Trevor, Michael and Trevor, excuse me, you know, he ended up, I think, probably living a decent life. That's how I like to imagine all 3 of them, honestly. Like, all 3 of them ending up, you know, living decent lives. Well, Trevor probably not, but Trevor saw the inside of the cell at least 10 more times after that story mode. I don't think he did either, actually, which is fucking hilarious. Yeah. I think Trevor had every right to be pissed off at Michael because he'd been lying to him for so long. You want to do that? Okay. I might only be able to grab a 5 slot with this, but either way, I'll grab one. I had to get gas and stuff on the way out, so... Wait a minute, there's a trailer right here I can grab. Hold on. It's a 6-piece, but I'm gonna grab it anyway. That way I ain't gotta go to the storage thing. I wish I would have thought about you getting the crane before I put the crane on this, because it looks stupid without the little extra area back there. I don't know, World War II had some weird ones too, though. I see that. I think that's stupid because, like, I would have loved to have run into a lever action in World War One. I think most of them probably no. Most of them were bolt action. Oh yeah, for sure. It would have rusted so fast in that mud. Hey, why'd you follow me? We have to go back the other way to go get the things. You did not want to go back through that, did you? Uh-huh. About like any vehicle in this game. Oddly enough, yes. I'm dreading the day that we get done with all the other maps and go back to those maps, because I really don't want to do that. Also, were you playing on your save yesterday with that friend, or were you doing one of his saves? Hmm. Because you play with me. Oh, yeah. To be fair, most of the money I have was bank truck stuff, but I mean, that was because, you know. I have like one, I think, now. Like just one. Like I don't have any others. Goofy things. Ow. Right. And I hit a sign that doesn't break and it hurts. Now I hit a light pole. Yep, I'm just hitting everything today. No, see, no, I hit a light pole when I'm getting sick and tired or something, like freaking, you know how they do in the cartoons? Freaking doom, 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 doom. Alright. You poor child. There. There's only like one skin that I would have liked to have gotten, but and I thought about it. I was like, you know, I don't play this game enough to want a skin, so you know, I'm not even gonna bother. It's kind of the same thing, you know. You don't play it enough to get a skin for it. I'm pretty sure at least everybody played it a little bit. I played it like a little, like a very little, but I preferred the old Call of Duty. Like, I used to play it a little bit with my little brother. I liked the DMZ maps. I liked killing the AI and stuff. That was always the thing I liked to do, but so you just went from pain to misery. Misery to depression. I won't touch Forza. I'm a crew 2 and a crew person myself. People are already taking their vehicles and wedging it between the train station and stuff and launching their vehicles and stuff and finding bugs. I'm sorry. I prefer the story mode that they have for the Crew Motorfest. I think it's a really nice story and everything, so hate on me all you want to, you Forza players. I prefer Crew. I mean, even Crew 2 is arguably better because, I mean, you're driving across the entire United States. Sure, they dumb it down to make it feel like you get there within, you know, whatever, but still, it was fun. I loved a lot of the roads that were there, and I kind of hate the fact they decided to go to Hawaii for the Crew Motorfest, honestly. I thought that was kind of stupid. I thought they should have just, like, added Hawaii as a map to... like America, to the America. Like, could you imagine like a Crew Motorfest in America? But I guess it does kind of make sense too, because could you imagine them trying to do like a Motorfest thing in all those different spots in America? That would have been pain. Indubitably. I mean, they could have done a trolley system or something. Whatever. Yeah. I found something out that kind of pissed me off about GM today. So apparently GM, a tire company, and an oil company decided in like the 1940s that they were going to buy a buttload of tram places and cities. And what they would do is they'd cancel the tram things and they'd buy buses that were built by GM, ran the tires from the, I think it was like Firestone or some shit, I can't remember. And then the oil company ran off the oil company. And whenever people started complaining and stopped using it, they would just shut them down. They would just shut down the companies for the buses and stuff, and that's why there's so many like cars in cities and stuff now, instead of having tram systems and stuff because of them. Kind of pissed me off too, because it's like, you know, I love the tram cars. I think they look cool. I'm gonna try here in a second and call in an order. I just gotta remember what all I'm getting. Hey, can you make a list on the Discord and DM it to me right fast? I can do it. I'll just DM it to you so that I remember it. No, this is Sheely's. You wouldn't know what it is. It's basically a chicken-ish restaurant, I guess. Ah. Eve. Yeah, my map is all Kung Fu Panda. Alright, here we go. Mine. My road. Mine. Mine. My road. You hit the trailer and I turned. It should, but it doesn't, unfortunately. I don't think it actually has it in real life either, though, to be honest. Well, you're also talking. I think it was the Chinese. I don't remember though. But they got stuck in traffic trying to get to a car that was on fire in a tunnel, and because the traffic was so thick because of the wreck, they couldn't get to it, so it burned. So these are the same people that took two front ends off a fire truck and mounted it on a center area with all the equipment and made it to where both ends steer so they can crab walk and stuff through traffic now. I mean, the innovation in that is awesome. I don't care what anyone says. I still think we need tracked vehicles in this game. I just want half tracks. Come on. I'm not even asking for anything crazy, just, you know. Alright, so I'm going to let you mount on the bridge over here, and I'll try and get one of these. I just gotta get over here to get them. I don't know how in the world we're gonna get this. Hold on, I have an idea. I'm gonna back the trailer up and sit it down, and we'll grab them and then just use the vehicles to tow them. I just gotta back this thing up. Also, I do have to go, so I'm gonna let you do this. I'm gonna go to the garage and grab a different vehicle, or just sit in the garage so that you can take this when you get done. Alright. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button! You see me switching their weather? It's the morning! Alright. I gotta throw a shirt on and get going, so. I'll do that now. Alright, I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay, I'm back, but there's an issue. I have to get my brother fed before... You're what? Oh, thank God. Have I really been gone that long? Sorry, I didn't expect to be gone that long. Alright. Too bad we can't get Demon in here. I've never seen so many people freaking out about a video game. I was, alright, hold on. I'm assuming that's everything for that then. Alright, well, I was scrolling through while I was waiting on this stuff and all, and I'm joking you not. People are comparing like Forza 5 to Forza 6 and stuff like that. There was this one guy, they were comparing the suspension to from Forza 5 to Forza 6. This guy goes in there, oh, I've worked on, he starts saying crap about, you know, the suspension being different. Back up, you dumb dog. And somebody mentions, you know, that it's a game or whatever, yada yada yada. He goes off the deep end on this person. I've worked on cars. And I'm like, so? Who cares? Alright. So you think your game crashed? Yeah, the code. Oh, it's the same code. 653VK. I'm going to sit a truck out of the garage for you to go do that next that little mission task that you have, and I gotta go get my brother fed right fast, so I'll be back. Oh, and I have to eat. Matter of fact, hold on, give me a second. Ladies and gentlemen, considering the fact that I have been gone for so long, and I'm sure nobody wants to sit here and wait for me to get back again, I hope everybody has a lovely day, and remember, you most of the wolf, you get the fangs. Y'all have a good one.